Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be taking a look at a really interesting flashlight from Wuben. This is the G5 model, and I have it here sitting on top of this box. It is such a cool flashlight. I was so happy that Wuben reached out and asked if I would be interested in checking it out because it's just, I can't say enough really awesome things about it. First things first, it's a really small form factor on the flashlight. As you guys can see it here in my hand, I'll put it here in the palm of my hand. Very small, very thin also, but it's such an unusual form factor for a light. You know, you really don't see kind of like rectangular flashlights like this. I know the kind of longer rectangular ones are pretty popular nowadays, but this particular one in this form factor, it's really different from a lot of the things that are out there. But you get so many useful features, not just from the output, but also from, you know, the way that you can actually use this light as far as how you can clip it and attach it to other things and stuff like that. It's just a really awesome form factor on this flashlight. So let's just take a quick look around on the outside of the light. As you guys can see, this one here is in an OD green color, so I really like that color. They also come in a black, which is what I have over here, and then it also comes in a like a white commemorative color. I can't remember exactly what it's for, but the white one is also available. Now, if you guys are interested in picking one of these up, I will leave a couple of links below, and I'll also leave a discount code that will help you save some money if you want to go ahead and pick it up. So just check out the description box below for that. So again, taking a look at the G5 here, it is aluminum, very lightweight, very thin, very easy to carry, pretty much anywhere. You know, you can attach this to different things. You can slip it into a pocket. It just disappears, especially if you you know, slide it into your pocket. It's going to disappear, and you're not going to feel it because it's so light. So taking a look at the what we would call the head right here, the head actually rotates, which is really nice. It rotates 180 degrees, and that is pretty cool because it allows you to orient the lights depending on how you want to go ahead and use it. As you guys can see right in the front here, you do have two LEDs. One is going to be a white color LED, and the other one is going to be an RGB or a multicolor LED. So again, it gives you a lot of different light outputs, which is really cool as well. You do have a button here on the side, which is actually flush, which is nice because you won't accidentally press it, you know, and turn the light on when it's in a pocket and stuff like that. But you do have a lockout mode, which if you engage that, then you don't have to worry about that. I'll go ahead and press the button now. As you guys can see, nothing happens because it is locked out. You have this scroll wheel here, which is really cool because that's what's going to allow you to kind of scroll through the different outputs of the light, but also through the different colors if you're using that RGB light itself. On the side right here, you do have a pocket clip, and that is a pretty ingenious way of doing this pocket clip. The pocket clip actually rotates, so right now it's kind of in what I would call the stowed position. You know, it's just kind of sitting on the side there. But if you pull out on it, you can actually rotate it towards the front like that. If you want to go ahead and clip the lights this way, or you can go ahead and pull it out and rotate it again to the side. And if you want to rotate it towards the back here, you can go ahead and clip it that way as well. But remember, this head does rotate as well. So depending on how you have the pocket clip clipped or where you have the flashlight clipped onto, you can go ahead and rotate both the clip and the light as well. So that is really cool. And then if you don't want to use the pocket clip, you can go ahead and stow it back on the side right there. On the bottom here, you do have a little bit of a magnet, so this light is allowed to be attached to you know, metal surfaces. So again, if you want to attach it to a metal surface, and then you can rotate the light here, the head of the light, so you can shine wherever you need it. That is a really cool feature that they added on as well, because again, it gives you the ability to go hands-free if you really need it to go on the light itself. So that is at the very bottom there. And then on the side right here, you do have a I don't know if I would call it a switch. It's almost like a slider, so you can see a couple little designs here, or diagrams. So it's telling you that when it's all the way down, it's going to be locked, and that's basically what locks out that button, so nothing happens. If you do slide it to the next position, then it tells you that the light will be on, so now you can go ahead and start using your light. I'll go ahead and press the switch. As you guys can see right there, the light turned on, and if you press it again, it turns off. And then if you slide it all the way up, it actually gives you access to your USB-C charging port right there. The light is rechargeable, so you can go ahead and recharge it via USB-C, so that is really cool. And then once you're done, you can just slide it back down to cover it, and then slide it all the way down to lock it out. So really, really ingenious design with that sliding mechanism there. And then at the bottom here, you do have a little bit of an area where you can attach an included lanyard that comes with the light. So if you wanted to put the lanyard on and then, wear it around your wrist or something like that, you can go ahead and do that, or put the lanyard and maybe put a split ring or something like that. If you wanted to hang this from the keys, a little bit big for my taste to hang from the keys, but if you wanted to, you could go ahead and do that. So as I mentioned, you do have a couple of things that come included with this. The first thing is going to be your user manual, and I really like the way that they did this user manual. A lot of flashlights will come with the user manual where it's kind of folded up into, and it folds into a large paper. This just has like this little book style, which is really cool. It's got pictures, colors, and all that stuff, different languages. So I like the way that they did this because it makes it very intuitive. So you can, kind of go through and see the different modes and the different things that make up the lights, the different outputs and stuff like that. So I really do like the way that they did that. This particular manual here. So just so you can see a couple of the outputs, there you go. So you're going to see that your high output is going to be 400 lumens right there, and then it kind of ramps down to 2 lumens, and then you have different outputs there. So a lot of really awesome uses for this flashlight. So besides the user manual, you have this little bag with accessories inside of it, and basically what you're going to have is your USB-C to USB-A charging cable, and then you'll have the lanyard that I mentioned earlier. This is a branded lanyard, so it does say Wuben on it, and then you can attach this to the light and then wear it around your wrist if you wanted to. So I like the fact that they did include those accessories. All right, so now let's take a look at the light itself. I'm going to turn off this overhead light a little bit just so we can see it a little bit better. I'll just have the user manual here so I can reference if I needed to. But again, the light right now is in lockout mode, so if I press that button on the side, nothing is going to happen. So what I'll do is I'll slide it up, and now a single press of the side button there will turn the light on. So you guys can see I'm using the white light there. And now using the scroll wheel here, you can actually scroll. So if you scroll to one direction and it blinks, it's telling you that you're at the top or bottom of that direction. So right now, as I'm scrolling up, it's telling me that I'm at the top or the lowest portion of there. So if I scroll the other way, if I scroll down, you'll see that the light starts ramping up. And then when I get to the highest output, it'll blink again, letting me know that I am at the highest output. So again, you can go anywhere from 2 lumens all the way up to 400 lumens, which is really nice. And I like the fact that just by scrolling that wheel, you can set it to wherever it is that you want it, and you can leave it there. And then if you turn the light off, and then you turn it back on, it's going to come back on at that same output. So it does have that memory, which is really, really nice. Now from here, if you double click the light, you'll go out to turbo, so it'll immediately go out to 400 lumens. So there it is. So if you really need it to go right to the turbo, you can go ahead and do that. And then if you press the button, it'll turn the light off again. So from the off position, if you double click, it'll go into a flashing mode. And let me just reference the manual here. So yeah, so the first flashing mode is going to be red, blue flash. So this is going to be a flashing in red and blue. If you double click again, you'll get red and green flashing. So if you can see there, it's flashing red and green. And if you double click again, you'll get a red and yellow flashing. So there it is. So that's using that RGB or multicolored LED to give you that. And then if you double click again, it'll go back to the red and blue. And then if you click it, it'll turn off. So again, if you wanted quick access to those multicolored flashlight or flashing lights, you can go ahead and do that directly from the off position just by double clicking, and it'll go right into that flashing mode there. All right, so if you want to go ahead and switch from your white light over to your RGB light, all you have to do is turn the light on. And then if you press and hold, it'll actually switch over to the RGB light. So right now I have it in red. That's actually the last color that I was using. But now you can go ahead and use that scroll wheel and scroll through. As you can see, the LED is actually scrolling through the different colors available. So it just keeps scrolling. It'll go all the way back around to red, to purple, to blue, whatever color it is that you want it to go to. All right. and then once you settle on the color, so I'll say if I want that yellow, I can go ahead and leave it there and use that color. If I turn it off, wait a couple seconds, turn it back on, it will come back on in the RGB mode, so basically, which was the last mode that I was using, and in the same color that I was last using, which was that yellow color. So again, if you wanted to switch back to the white light, all you have to do is press and hold, and then it'll switch back to white, and it'll be at that same output that I left it at, which is right in between the 2 lumens and 400 lumen mark. So really, really cool that it does have the memory, and it does remember where you left it off on either the white light or the RGB lights. And then once you're done, you can go ahead and slide that back down, and you are good to go. So let me go ahead and turn on this overhead light again, just so we get a little bit more light. So as you can see, you get a lot of features with this light. I love the fact that you have that pocket clip that will rotate. And you might wonder, well, why do I need the pocket clip to rotate, on both sides if the head of the flashlight rotates? And that's a great question. Primarily, I think it's designed so if you're going to be carrying this attached to like maybe a backpack strap or like a shirt pocket or something like that, if you want the scroll wheel to be to your left or to your right, then you can go ahead and move that pocket clip and then rotate the head of the flashlight so it's pointing in the direction that you want it to. Now, the other really cool thing that you might not think about is that if you rotate the light, or I'm sorry, if you rotate the pocket clip, you can actually attach this onto the brim of the hat and then rotate the light down. And then you can also go hands-free that way, so it becomes a cap light. And now you can have it, like pointing right in front of you if you needed to do something with both of your hands, or you're just walking around and you just don't want to hold on to the light, you can do that as well. So a lot of really, really cool options that this light is giving you in order to attach it, and then obviously in order to use the different light outputs that you get. I think that is really awesome. So I wanted to go ahead and showcase also the packaging here. So as you guys can see, I left this one, this is the black model, I left it in the packaging here because I know a lot of folks really like to see what it looks like when you get it, directly from, wherever it is that you're going to order it. And that way you can see how it comes packaged and all that. So this one is the green one. And then obviously you can see right here from the box, this one is the black one. So again, really nice packaging here. Really, it's really funny because look at the size difference from the box to the light itself. When I didn't really know how small this light was, and when I got the box, I said, "Oh, this is a really cool box. It's a little small, but it's cool." And then I opened it up, and lo and behold, the light is so much smaller. So again, this says G5 Easy Carry Light, definitely very easy to carry. So it says this is not a flashlight, this is the Wuben ECL or Easy Carry Light. So that is really awesome. And then in the back here, it does give you a little bit of a breakdown of the different lumens, the way that I showed you in the user manual there. So you have a little tab right here that it tells you to go ahead and remove, and then that'll allow you access to the packaging, or the inside I should say. As you open that up, you can slide this out. And Wuben is really, really cool, really good at packaging their stuff. As you guys can see right here, it kind of opens up and it says, "Thank you for using Wuben." And then this portion right here opens down, and then it almost opens up, and you have your light here, and then all your accessories at the bottom. So again, here's going to be your user manual and your accessory pouch, and then your flashlight right here in the middle. And there it is. Here is the black version. Again, here's side by side on both of them. The green one is the one that I've been carrying, and as you guys can see, it looks very, very good. No scratches or anything like that. It carries very, very easily, but here is a side by side look at both colors. So again, if you guys are looking for a particular color, it is available in both of these, and also in that white color. I like these so much, I might end up picking up the white one just because I really like the combination. It's like white and blue, but again, it's like commemorating some sort of anniversary or something like that. I just have to take a look at it, but really, really awesome flashlight. I was definitely blown away by the G5 here. The form factor is different than everything else on the market. A lot of times you're used to those round flashlights that tend to be a little bit bulky sometimes when you have it in your pocket. This one, I could easily throw this into that little fifth coin pocket in my jeans, or just throw it in the bottom of my jeans if I had to, in the bottom of my pocket, or obviously go ahead and use the pocket clip to attach it to my pocket, attach it to my hat, put it into a shirt pocket. and then it actually rides very, very nicely in the straps of a backpack because it's so flat. It just fits in there very, very nicely. So again, I really, really like the form factor of this flashlight, and I can't say enough good things about it. So again, if you guys are interested, I will leave a couple links below. One to the Amazon page where you can pick it up, and then one to Wuben's actual website. So depending on where you want to pick it up, you can go ahead and figure it out. And also, I'll put in a limited discount code that you guys can use through their website to get you a little bit of a discount. If you guys are interested, definitely check out both of them to see which one is going to give you the better pricing. But I can tell you that the prices that these are available at, they definitely knock that part out of the park because you get so many features and such a complete EDC flashlight for a really awesome price. So there it is. Just a look at the Wuben G5, and what do they call it? The ECL, so Easy Carry Light. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.